you. Would you like some chalk?
Let's do some chalking.
I figured it would be appropriate, like since that kid got cuffed and put
Right.
in a car for chalk.
I'm down with that.
So I'm not down with getting cuffed and put in a car and like. I'm supplying graffiti like.
I think we can legally chalk.
We can legally do chalk.
I think so. I don't know.
I think we can ethically do chalk. I don't think the LAPD needs a reason to arrest somebody. I've seen it
Oh, I
happen.
know.
I filmed it enough times. Ah, this isn't working very well. Nobody's watching anyway. I think we should write like really, really big. This is chalk.
Yeah, right.
Personally, I'm so insulted by the Raiders and the Rams. Yeah, tell them to pull out. Those are the last teams. I want a fresh new team. Where's the store real fast? Stop people here in this city, guys. You can have two teams, one out there, one out there. Raiders are something. I don't know what they think. They like be so like homeless kids that can't get a boyfriend or something. Almost. They came down here twice and left. And they're not a good team.
Would you like some chalk?
Oh, chalk. Let's see, what can I write that I don't get charged with vandalism?
I think you should write this is chalk. Write that. Chalk
They
is
tried to arrest that little kid yesterday with chalk.
That's why I brought the chalk today. Huh?
That's why we're chalking.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm brave enough to chalk though. I kind of feel like a criminal.
Depends on the definition of vandalism. I'll have to look it up. I would think the sidewalk would have to be neutral ground.
Hi. Would you like some chalk? Anyone? Or you can pick your color.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Patty.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I thought it would be appropriate, to do some chalking solidarity for that kid who got cuffed last night.
Who's that?
I don't know who it was. All I know is he was underage. He's wearing an anonymous mask. And he was cuffed and put in a car.
Oh my God.
And then someone wiped it to show that it was chalk, and that guy got detained too.
David and Sarah.
Hi.
This is Patty.
Hi.
Patty will be live streaming us next Saturday. David and
we should be hugging.
Right.
You're cool.
Are
Guy, I love you.
high school GSA, and they're going to be part of our presentation at the Queer Theme Assembly.
Wait. I heard high school and then
GSA, Gay Straight Alliance.
Okay.
See that? A lot of people don't even know.
Yeah.
So you'll be doing a lot of
Well, okay. When I was in high
educational
school, there were no gay people.
Well, there
Okay.
were. They just,
Didn't say a thing.
weren't visible.
And then it was like, but I dated him. Like,
Oh my god.
that was everyone's reaction. Like, but he had like 10 girlfriends. But like that was in the 80s, and like I like met my first gay person when I was like 18 or something.
Wow.
Gosh.
So, basically
so,
what we'll
yeah,
be
it's a
doing
different
is
world
people
now.
will sit on the stairs and, the presenters are in the front. Just like on the sidewalk.
So are you guys gonna be part of the theme GA next week?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's gonna be really cool. And I can tell people to come and.
But we can't take you to the bar after.
No.
We hang out at a gay bar.
What's the age limit? Like, what's the youngest?
There is no
Like
allowed.
21, but maybe they'll let you sit
Everybody
in the
is welcome.
front.
Well, I'm
everybody
15, he's
is welcome.
18. I'm pretty young.
Yeah.
He probably could get in, but I probably can't.
I don't know if they even card. They've never carded him.
I don't know. I don't look 21, I'll tell you that.
I thought you were 24 today.
Yeah, but he's not that smart.
Oh wait, I have my light. I gotta figure out
The
my
security
light.
guards.
This is annoying.
Wow, you got a whole.
This
you
is
got the whole
Magda's.
setup now.
I have Magda's battery. That's why I have the backpack. This is Yoshi's light. Like, this is amazing. People are so helpful, and the light's not coming on.
So, and you're going to be here to film us next
Yeah.
week, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
But the light's not on.
Let me text Andre.
Okay.
He'll love this.
Not cool.
What do you want to go?
Huh?
What do you want to go?
Oh, there. On.
Yeah, of course he does.
I realize that City Hall is so close to our school.
It is. The school is like right 3 blocks away.
It was broken and this guy repaired it and then I dropped it.
Oh dear. Well, maybe the batteries are.
Well, if you go to my house, you can watch the trick.
I was supposed to duct tape it, but I couldn't find my duct tape.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so excited right now.
It was really funny. You know how you gave us chalk?
Mhm.
My instinct was to draw a person or a clothes. I'm in fashion. We're both in fashion.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That was my instinct. I was like,
I recommend like draw really, really loudly and as thickly as possible. This is chalk.
Oh,
Or
I like that.
yeah, I think that would be really hot.
You know what? I love you. Like,
I love you too.
Oh my god, she's so
vibe,
sweet.
like, good energy.
Thank you.
Like, man, you just feel it. Like, I feel like I want to go shopping with her.
That'd be fun.
Will you buy me clothes? Cause I totally need a makeover.
Dude,
What type
there
of
was
clothes do you wear?
Um,
Like, what's your style? Like, is it just like comfortable or like what?
like mom.
Mom. Well, we found this. We just came back from this place in West Hollywood, $2 clothes.
Yeah, I just got
Everything
this
was
scarf from
$2.
there.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Does the facilitation posse manage this meeting,
Or is it just kind of
I don't know.
the same thing?
Just, just do it.
That's right. Sarah, I'm just gonna write over your blue lines because
Have fun.
yellow and purple make I don't know what color,
They
but
look nice. They look
They're
like
actually
colors.
they're complementary colors.
Yeah.
I think.
this is fun. I mean,
This is so sad. The light's not working.
come
How does it
on.
even work? Is it one of those?
Sarah,
Like,
you drew this too deeply.
I'm sorry.
Okay, this isn't fair.
I feel like I'm in the way.
No, I'm not.
Here.
We're decorating our house. This is our house. We're decorating.
Wait, Sarah,
What?
did you
I
do
saw-
pink?
No.
Oh, you
Doing
stopped.
that.
Oh, you're doing pink.
I don't know what color this is. I think it's like some weird.
Oh, that's cute. Wow, that's really cute. Wow, I like this. Okay, wait, now I have a better idea.
I'm still obsessed with those things in that one hotel.
What things? The bathroom?
No, no, no. The
Oh,
little-
like 2 people are watching live.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is live stream right here.
Oh,
Come down
hi.
and talk with us.
Wait, really? Are there 2 people?
Yeah, you can go and talk to them and tell them like whatever.
Hi. I like clothing. I'm gay.
Hi, gay. I'm Patty.
Dude, like, this is a great ending to a great night. Drawing
I know.
something on, like,
And I feel like we
something.
should draw like this whole mural. Would
I
that
re-
take me a
I really want to draw a pair of pants.
a pair of pants,
I
go
really
for
want to
it.
draw a pair of pants. I love his beard. he has a great beard. I love his beard.
Like his beard?
Yeah, man, he has a great beard. I I want to jump in it and like. You ever see like the TV show? I love your beard.
Thanks.
I love that.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I feel like we should attack something
Hey,
else.
how you doing?
Something else?
Something else. Let's attack these stairs. No.
Just don't get the part that you sit on. Like get this the part that's like
We should do all of them. Wait, I need like three
I'm
colors.
thinking, I don't know what to put.
Lines.
Just
Lines. Come on.
okay.
Okay, well, we have our first police officer up on the top of the stairs now. Oops! If I turn it that way, it's gonna flip
Get a
around.
chance to rip the I didn't get a red chance
Guys
to rip
on
the tape
bikes
down.
just drove by, getting all excited.
Usually I go up there and rip the tape down before the.
Well, I would love it if you did.
Well, there's a cop up there now.
Huh?
Maybe I can do it without him seeing me.
Well, he's not looking right now, so if you want me to go over there and just act like we're talking, that would be cool. If you want, I'll go with you. Okay, because I really like, I can't do it because I'm too chicken to do it, but I want it to be done. That's pretty bad, like, okay. I went the fence down, but
Is that somebody
I'm
down
not
the
gonna do
other end?
it. Huh?
Somebody down the other end and me down here and we both take it down?
Or just rip it and leave
Right
it.
there, so he's behind the pole here.
Is he hiding behind the pole?
He's not hiding.
Well, I would call it hiding if you were behind the pole.
Well, I'm sure that people over there can see him fine.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think he'd be just hiding from us.
Hi, would you like some chalk?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it say? What would chalk do a chalk?
Doesn't make any sense.
Hi. Oh, I'm bummed about the light.
Why it's not working?
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll work.
It'd be cool if it like spray paint.
Have you like banged on it? Maybe.
Yeah, I tried.
Can you see? Oh my god, what if I just like broke it? It works now.
No, don't,
wouldn't,
because
I
it's not mine. It belongs to someone on media team.
How do you know people are watching?
It says right here that there's 2 people watching. It's probably like my best friend in the whole world and a cop.
And a cop.
And a cop.
You mean cop? I have a friend who
It's
loves
probably
you.
like a sympathy watch. Like they're not even paying attention. They just clicked it and they walked away and they're not even home. They just turned it on because they're like, oh, I don't want Patty to feel bad.
Oh my god.
That could happen.
But I think I am the only one streaming tonight, so it would be good if, like, Officer Sir, could you help me out and tweet the link to this to Occupy LA, OWS Los Angeles, to cross underscore X underscore bones. Huh?
Who has the internet on their phone? Like tweet this.
I do, but I'm a terrible, like, I'm not used to the phones. I'm not used to the phones.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's
I
weird.
don't even like that.
Yeah. What time is it?
Yeah.
Wow, it's like 7:45 already.
It seems really late. Maybe I've just been out all day.
Okay, I tell you where you can bring them. I'm at City Hall.
I seriously just want to like.
On the
I
steps
feel like
on
it's
the
out
west
of
side of City
context.
Hall.
I don't know.
We're having a,
Like, to me, it's just the point of doing it. Just do it because
Then what should I draw?
I'm running the assembly. You can bring them here and drop
What should you draw?
Should I draw something? I'm not that good.
I feel like being really creative. I just
yeah. Hey, look, the officer up there. It looks like he's tweeting. Thank you, officer. If you're tweeting out the link for me, that's really cool.
I'm really bored.
I feel like you should start dancing.
I should go up to him and give him
You know, make sure the cops get the link because I don't want them like standing too close during our GA. Okay, that guy just took a picture. He looked.
Is it bad if he takes a picture?
I don't know. Like I feel weird, like having them taking pictures of us.
Would you be willing to help me out with something?
So yeah, you guys make sure to tweet this link out so the cops can get it, so that they don't like last time there was no live feed. The cops came up really close. I don't know if they were like wired or something and trying to get our. No more jails. LA Speak Out, January 24, 2012, at the LA Board of Supervisors meeting. La la la. Let's send the supervisors a simple and clear message. Vote no on all jail expansions in LA.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that stuff over to
Yeah,
you.
they hang out all the time. She's really chill. Like, no, no,
I
no.
think that I'm fine with.
Dude, Anji, dude, like, you need to get everyone to go on that.
That's all I'm asking. I don't want you to stick up there in the ground by falling off and then they go saying, why didn't you say nothing and all that kind of stuff. So,
Okay.
we appreciate it. What's your name?
I'm Sean.
John. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't need to know my real name.
What'd you tell
I
them?
told him John.
I don't know your name.
Tim.
This is Tim. You're the are we friends on Facebook, or do you have that
I think so.
the Occupy
Like Los
group?
Angeles group.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I have my foot up there. I'm gonna fall.
Well, now they've covered their asses by telling you like, oh, you're gonna fall.
They say, oh, I'm worried about you falling. So I'm an adult.
Really?
I said,
Oh,
I'm an adult. I can handle myself.
are you sure? Let me see some ID.
Yeah. That's funny.
I'm so bad. Cops run. Like I totally see cops and I run up to them.
Yeah. One of these days you're gonna catch something really good.
I think it's an addiction because I know like there's a danger.
Yeah.
I mean, I could physically get hurt.
Yeah. So it's adrenaline.
Like
rush.
even like worse than the fact that that I could go to jail. Like okay, go to jail, whatever. That's a bitch. But I could physically be hurt. And that's addiction right there. Like throwing yourself in a situation, knowing that there could be a dangerous result. Yeah.
Are they starting yet?
So tonight it would be good if we didn't have any police interactions because there are 4 nights in a row that like I filmed ridiculous shit and I'm tired.
It's like 20 to 8.
I mean, I have to cover some live stream stuff tomorrow, and it would be nice if I could get to sleep before 3 a.m. because like that stuff happens. I can't sleep. Where's the light? Oh, there's the light. So it looks like Tim's just doing a little talking over there, but
So yes,
Did they leave?
they're probably just hiding.
They warned me not to fall and then left.
Well, it's pretty. Wow, they really like you, don't they? Like you walk over there and then they all come closer. Well, I thought you were just trying to read what it said. That'd be really funny if he's up there live streaming me.
Huh?
That'd be really funny if he was up there live streaming. We're live streaming each
It was
other.
funny because CR was up here doing that, and he came over here and he started doing it to him, and CR started walking away because he was just walking away. The cop started laughing because he thought that CR was walking away because he was filming him.
Yeah.
So that's why he's doing it to you. He thought he was gonna scare you away, basically.
I don't scare very
Because
easily.
you're filming him, so
Like,
he thought he'd
I
film
think
you.
that's the craziest thing. I don't get scared. I used to be like, okay, there's a cop down there, like I'll run away and like,
about that.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Like the cop was
kinda the same
that
with-
close to me with his billy club out, and I just give him a look, like, come on,
That's
like.
kind of the same with me. I mean, because I've always been really shy. And I have a hard time being up in front of groups and talking. But since I've been here, I've been on like all kinds of committees, and I have no problem talking to people and getting up at the GA.
I
And
think the whole
talking
Occupy thing has like just really,
it's empowered people.
Yeah. I think
But I think part of it
it's
is
made
that
people
I know that
grow
these
like
people
really fast.
believe the same things that I do, so it's easy to get up and talk in front of them.
Yeah, but mostly,
You have a
like mostly of the time when you're speaking in front of the group, they actually like think the best for you.
yeah.
And they if you're in front
Well,
of a group, it doesn't really matter who they are.
You
They
have a
usually
sympathetic audience, so it's not, if you get up and talk, it's not like you're gonna get shouted down or whatever.
Yeah.
That's usually why people don't do it, because they feel like there might be a negative connotation, or like just going up like for me, I've always had a hard time like meeting girls, especially really pretty girls.
Yeah.
I have a hard time talking to them. That's because you could possibly get a negative reaction. You know, so it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Where this, it's different. You know, you're getting up here and talking to people that have kind of the same ideas you do, so you don't usually get that negative reaction. And I love the discussions in the debate anyways.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's a lot harder. It's harder to debate
exciting.
with these people than anybody else. These are the hardest people to debate with. So I'm usually like just listening, like, okay, teach me, because like with anyone else in the world, I can kick your ass in a debate. But these people, like, whoa.
Well, I've been thinking about these things for like my whole life.
Yeah.
So it's like all these things that this movement's about, I've thought of for years and years.
But I'm used to
Finally,
being like.
All of a sudden, there's this whole group of people that are doing something that I've always wanted to do.
I'm used to being the weirdest person in the room. I'm used to being like the most like radical left person I've ever met, and now I'm like Miss Pollyanna, or like I'm conservative suddenly. Like, what the fuck? I'm conservative.
I've never been conservative.
No, I never have either. But here, like, I'm. How dare I say LAPD was lovely? Like they were. It was the truth.
Yeah.
But how dare I say it? Like.
It depended on who you were, whether they were lovely or not. I mean, at least they were being decent for a while.
Okay, if you were an occupier.
I think they were fairly decent when they walked through the camp most of the time.
People would be like, "Dad, they're smoking marijuana over there," and they'd be like, "I don't smell anything."
Yeah.
And the kid could be like smoking in their face. They'd be like, "I don't smell anything." Like, I think that's lovely. They're friendly. Like they would say hi to me before I would say hi to them. I think that's lovely.
They never said hi to me, but I would usually walk up and say something to them.
Yeah.
Just shake their hand. Thank you for being here. Just kind of as a joke more than anything. But I figured it was better to be friendly towards them. You know. Try to create some goodwill.
Mic check. Occupiers and friends. Welcome to the special GA commemorating the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King. Welcome to the GA.
Commemorating the memory of Martin Luther King.
And his relevance for the Occupy movement today. This GA is being hosted by Occupy the Hood, and I have to open with an apology. We have been so busy with our work around mortgage foreclosures the past several weeks that we really didn't have a lot of juice to putting this together. We really wanted to have a serious program here tonight, but we thought that it was more important to make some real headway on these housing struggles right now, where people are head-to-head with the banks, and the banks, as you know, are snatching their homes out from under them. And we had one that was literally taken out of our hands at gunpoint a week and a half ago, but we've been fighting very strong on it. We think that we have actually a good chance to reopen the case on this home, because the home was awarded to the bank by default. The homeowner, Berta Herrera, had hired lawyers to represent her, but they never submitted a single word to the court. And that was what the court said in its ruling. It was awarding her house to the bank by default because not a single word had come before the court, and that was what was written by the judge. So we think that we have a good shot at that case. We're working hard to keep the public and bring pressure on the politicians and the court and the bank about that issue. And I'll get into that more as we go along tonight. But tonight, what I'd like us to open with is a quote from Dr. King by our good friend Anna Kunkin from Independent Media and Indie Media. And Anna, would you please read that excellent quote that you found in that book?
During these days of human travail, we must encourage creative dissenters. We need them because the thunder of their fearless voices will be the only sound stronger than the blasts of bombs and the clamor of war hysteria. That's from Martin Luther King.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Freedom.
We've asked a number of people here to pick out several quotes and recruit some readers for us of those quotes. And as we go through the program, periodically we'll hear more quotes from Dr. King. I also want to recognize and thank several people who have come out specifically to share the work which they are doing that relates very heavily to what Dr. King was about and relates very heavily to what we have to be about as a movement today. Some of the issues that we're going to hear about, for example, are the prison transfer process that's going on right now because of the state budget crisis and also because of a court ruling that hit the state, because the prisons in the state are so full of people now that they're in violation of human standards. And even the courts recognize this and have ordered them to release a number of these people to make the conditions in the prisons more humane. And also because there are so many people who are in prison for frivolous charges, essentially. And even the courts know this, even though they sent them there. We also have a representative from the Community Coalition for Substance Abuse Prevention and Treatment who's going to share some of their programmatic work. They've been doing tremendous work in this community for many years. They also have a contingent that's going to be marching Monday in the Martin Luther King parade. We hope that we'll be able to bring our contingents together so that we can maximize the impact of those who are trying to raise the social issues that Dr. King was about in the march. Those of you who are familiar with the march know, and those of you who may not be familiarized with the King March might not be aware, but this is the largest, bar none, the largest social phenomena event that takes place each year in the African American community of Los Angeles, as in many other parts of the country. But it has become almost totally commercialized and also depoliticized and even militarized. All of these things Dr. King stood against. So, you know, I mean, there's even a limit. It's run by a corporation, a pageant company, and there's a limit on what you can hand out or how you can do things. I mean, how many people can walk into your contingent, all these things that are totally inimical to what Dr. King was about. And it's one of the reasons that the Martin Luther King Coalition came into existence, is to begin to turn that reality around. And we began to do that last year. We had a much larger delegation than we were permitted for, but we also got great support from Celeste King of CORE for our presence there, and we did not pay the extra fees that the corporation that runs the march tried to put on us. So we had a victory with that, and also because we simply refused to leave the march last year and told them if they wanted to call the cops on us, that was okay. We were willing to do what Dr. King would do and resist an unjust and inequitable demand simply by refusing to cooperate with it. And so they left us alone, and we had a very excellent contingent last year that started with 250 people but reached almost 1,200 people at its height. Most of that extra influx being people from the community who spontaneously joined us as we marched last year, speaking out against militarism and the wars overseas and all the conditions that we're all organizing to fight here in the United States. I guess we'll do a go-around. I have introduced myself. Please introduce yourself briefly. And if you're here for the first time, please let us know that. If you're here with an organizational affiliation beyond the Occupy movement, please share that with us because we are always welcoming to other groups and people who are active in the community, and we like to know that. So I will start with the young lady over here on the wall.
Deborah Kay.
Ron Kay.
Organization.
Welcome, Deborah. Thank you.
Ron Kay, Quasi.
Hi, Ron. How are you
Nice
doing?
to
Good to
see
see
you,
you again.
Ron.
You too.
John Weiblinger, and I'm going to say a little bit more than my name. I'm with the OLA Queer Affinity Group, and we'll be doing a themed assembly like this next Saturday. So you're welcome to come to that. And I want to specifically respond to or feel you in terms of the corporate takeover of a holiday and of a movement and of the Martin Luther King parade, because that's exactly what's happened with Gay Pride as well. They, like corporations have taken over. It's not a people's movement anymore, and so I'm really excited to be there Monday.
Can you guys let me know? Can you hear John?
Stop Western and Wilshire at 7 a.m. to join with Occupy the Hood and take back the holiday for what it really is, and that's a celebration of civil disobedience and opposition to a system that oppresses us. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
Hi, I'm Sarah Hartman. Yeah, I'm from my school's GSA.
Cool. Thanks for coming.
I'm David Columbus, and I'm with the
Would you speak up?
My name is David Columbus, and I'm with the OLA Queer Affinity Group.
Cool. Thank you.
Lance D is the place to be.
Okay, Lance, thanks.
Alberto Natana with Community Coalition.
Thank you for coming.
Jesus Andrade also.
Oh, no, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Jesus Andrade also with the Community Coalition.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Tono Yendu with the Community Coalition.
Great, thank you.
Naibengi Kuti, LA Reintegration Campaign, and I was at the Empowerment Congress earlier today, and the issue came up, what would Dr. Martin Luther King think of Obama?
So what was the answer, Naibengi?
My answer was he wouldn't like him. A lot of people didn't agree with me on that.
Who's that standing next to you?
She's a little hoarse today.
Oh, sorry.
Teresa Cervantes.
This is Teresa Cervantes.
LA Reintegration.
And Naibengi's a little shy. Actually, both of them are also members of the Martin Luther King Coalition.
That's right.
Right here, brother.
I'm Adam Peck. I came from Occupy Dallas, and I was here when we're occupying at Commerce, and I'm eager to reoccupy if anyone's planning on doing that.
All right.
Brother here with the
Dennis
machine.
De La Vega, Minutes Taker, Occupy LosAngeles.org.
Thank you.
Anna Kunkin with LA Indie Media and Occupy LA.
Jennifer, no. I have no affiliation.
Okay, that's cool. Right here, brother. Here's your... Go ahead, man. Introduce yourself.
Jim Trupanier.
All right, good to see you again, Jim. Introduce yourself,
I'm
brother.
Mary Sutton. I'm with Critical Resistance and California United for Responsible Budget, which is a statewide alliance of over 40 organizations fighting California's prison and jail expansion plans and demanding a reduction to the prison population.
Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Ed Brotherton with the Constitution Working Group.
Judy Beckman, Occupy and Bus Fighters Union, Labor Community Strategy Center.
Great.
Barry Shear, one commercial interruption.
Hey, Jeannie.
There's going to be a fundraiser for Carlos Montes, frame up victim of the anti-war 23. It's going to be at 519 South Spring Street, just down the block, lasting until midnight. So as soon as this ends, or before, head on over chat and give support against this frame-up case.
You're right. In most cases, I don't want you making announcements, but he might have to leave early, so that's cool. Go ahead, brother.
Sergi, member of humanity.
All right.
Williams, Occupy Movement, MoveOn.org, Amnesty International.
Cool. Thank you.
Mike Gorin, Occupy LA, part of the Actions Committee.
All right.
I'm Isaac. I'm in Unite Here Local 11, and I'm on the OLA General Strike Preparation Team.
Cool.
Martin Luther King Coalition, Orlando.
All right. Sister here.
Susanna Peep, I'm with OLA and the Technical Command.
Brother here. We're just introducing ourselves.
My name is Don. Hi, Jonathan. How you doing, bro?
All right. Thank you. Welcome. Brother here.
My name is Victor. I'm part of Bennett Beach All Stars, the drummers.
All right. Thank you, brother.
The one that drum wins.
Right on.
I always get a clap.
My name is Billy. I'm with OLA, with Body LA, and South Central Science.
All right. Thank you.
Right away, farm.
I'll speak for him. This is Bilal Ali. He can
hardly occupy LA, occupy the hood. We don't deoccupy, we multiply.
All right, I'm surprised you can talk tonight, man. Go ahead.
Joe, Ola Stagecraft is back. The show must go on.
Right we need light. We need light so bad.
Sister here with the camera.
Hi, I'm Patty. Occupy LA social media, Twitter, Facebook, and now live stream.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Frank Bunce.
Mike, freedom fighting since '85.
All right.
I'm Brother Adam, Occupy the Hood and Shadow Media.
JoJo, Occupy the Hood, Occupy
Main Street.
And Ellie Camper. And Occupy Main Street.
We occupy Main Street. I see a couple of new faces who stepped up. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Lindsay. I just moved back to LA.
Cool.
I'm Anthony. Share my time between here and Occupy Riverside.
Cool. Woo. Anybody over on this side who can introduce?
I don't count.
Oh, come on.
Step up.
Serving other people. We're serving other people.
All right, so, we're here tonight to commemorate Dr. King. And, I'm kind of humbled in this because I didn't have adequate time to prepare, but I wanted to talk about certain aspects of Dr. King, his history, what he did, and his role. Okay? Dr. King was 25 years old when he moved to the forefront of the civil rights movement in this country. He was the minister of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. He had just moved to that community. Now, the truth is, Dr. King was not the organizer of that boycott. The organizer of the boycott was Mr. E.D. Nixon, who was the leader of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. And he was the most outstanding civil and human rights activist in Montgomery, and had been for many years. He also was well hooked up through his connections to the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters with other activists around the country, which made it possible for them to get a movement off the ground in the conditions that they lived and worked in Montgomery at that time. Now, the truth is, you might ask yourself, well, how and why did Martin Luther King suddenly move to the head of this movement when he was brand new in town and so young? Well, the truth was that there weren't too many people who wanted to play that kind of a high-profile role in challenging the segregation system and also the very well-organized system of white terrorism which stood behind that in the South. And so, even though there were many ministers in town, and frankly, because of the strength of the influence of the church, you almost had to be a minister in order to initiate anything that involved large numbers of people in joint action. But none of the other ministers were prepared to take on that role. And so, E.D. Nixon and some others approached Dr. King and said, look, you're young, you're new in town, You can be retaliated less, and look, let's face it. If you get run out of town, what have you really lost? Okay? And partly because their arguments convinced him, and partly because he was very strongly in favor of something to overturn the apartheid system in the U.S. South at that time. Dr. King agreed to play that, what was essentially considered a sacrificial role. He was not expected to last long. Either they figured he would be run out of town, or he would end up being killed, or something else would happen that would take him out of the game before too long. But as we know, because Dr. King had very powerful verbal skills, he very rapidly became a powerful leadership force within that movement in Montgomery, to the extent that movement became a very powerful and cohesive movement in that city, and it became the focal point of the civil rights movement nationally at that time. But that was kind of actually how Dr. King stepped into his leadership role. It was not really necessarily the way that we think of it, or the way that it's taught in schools. And we need to know this because movements really develop in very contradictory ways. Okay? Now, as time went on, one of the things that happened was that because of the success of the Montgomery movement, and by the way, one of the people who was really very much responsible for the success of the Montgomery movement wasn't from Montgomery or the South at all. His name is Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin was from New York. He had been active in the pacifist movement. He had been active in and on the periphery of the labor movement in New York and other northern cities for a long time. He had great writing skills, but he was also primarily someone who knew the techniques of organizing. He was a very proficient organizer. And when he went down to Montgomery, introduced himself to Martin Luther King, and put him at his service. And King found his services to be so valuable that Bayard Rustin became the major strategist of Dr. King's movement. Now, one of the things about Bayard Rustin that stands out was that Bayard Rustin was openly gay. He was openly homosexual. This was back in the mid-1950s. Now, this was something that not only was white society down on, folks in the black community were really down on that. So for him to be an open homosexual functioning inside the civil rights movement at a time that homophobia was sky high, and also, by the way, he had many, many left affiliations. He was a self-proclaimed democratic socialist, and previously, I think in the early 40s or late 30s, had some associations, had worked some with the Communist Party USA, and this was, again, at the height of the McCarthy era. But he was never reticent about these things, and Dr. King came under great pressure to get rid of Bayard Rustin. Some people wanted him to get rid of Bayard Rustin because he was gay. Other people wanted him to get rid of Bayard Rustin because they considered him to be too radical. But Dr. King considered him to be much too valuable, and also he thought that every human being should be recognized for the human being they were first. And so at no point ever did Dr. King allow himself to be disassociated from Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin was the main organizer of the March on Washington in 1963. But he also did the logistical and tactical organizing for most of Dr. King's campaigns in the hardcore South, and almost all of them were successful. So that's another little piece of history about Dr. King, okay, and what his values were, and some of the things that in addition to just indicating his regular humanness, also point out his extraordinary character in those times, because even now today we have people who would not take the stances that Dr. King did way back then, okay, without blinking an eye. All right, so another fact about Dr. King was this. How many people here know what COINTELPRO was? Okay, that's the Counterintelligence Program. This is a program which J. Edgar Hoover is credited with initiating and launching pretty much to dismantle the black movement in the United States.
He said there will be no black messiah.
This is true, but hold on, my brother. But this movement not only was unleashed against the black movement, it eventually was also directed against the anti-Vietnam War movement, the women's movement, and the white student movement in this country, all of which were seen by Hoover as serious challenges to the status quo. And he wasn't wrong about that. They were serious challenges to the status quo, and they were swaying millions of people to view our way of life in a totally different mode. Okay? One of the things that's not known about COINTELPRO is that Hoover didn't start it on his own. Hoover had found out about Bayard Rustin, and he had found out about one other person who was working with SCLC in a supportive capacity, and that they had had some communist connections way back in the Ice Age, but this was the 1950s and early 60s, and so this was a big deal because of the Cold War mentality. He tried to use this to unleash the FBI against Dr. King. Now, a lot of you have probably heard the quote where Hoover said in the late 60s that the Black Panther Party was the most dangerous threat to the domestic security of the United States. You heard that quote? Yeah. Okay. But 8 years before he ever made that quote, in 1960 and 61, he declared that Martin Luther King was the most dangerous man in America. Now, part of this was because Hoover himself was a hardcore segregationist. He was a product of the South. He was very much committed to racial segregation and inequality as an everyday reality in America, and saw himself as sworn to maintain that because he saw that as being part of the heart of American life. Now, to him, Dr. King, who many people consider to be politically moderate, philosophically humanist, and not particularly on the fringe politically, and would wonder, well, why would someone like this be considered the most dangerous person in America? Well, but to Hoover, he analyzed, actually quite correctly, in his mind, King was the most dangerous person because he had developed such a broad-based movement that was capable of moving so many people, not just small groups, not cliques, not isolated super militants in a corner. He could move everybody from the militants to the folks who went to church 5 nights a week, and all get them all behind them to actually change conditions. And that is why Hoover considered King to be the most dangerous person in America. And of all of the COINTELPRO operations, the thickest file, after all the smoke cleared, the thickest individual file is the file on Dr. King, not on Huey P. Newton, not on Stokely Carmichael, not on Malcolm X, not on Abby Hoffman, not on anybody in the white left. It was Dr. King who has the thickest FBI file. They followed everything he said or did, anything he dropped in the trash can. They noted what it was for approximately 10 years. But, no, I'm sorry, 7 years, for approximately 7 years. But what people don't know is that it wasn't Hoover who really initiated that process. It was Bobby Kennedy. Because Bobby Kennedy was afraid that Dr. King's radicalism was going to endanger his brother's presidency in some kind of way. And so he gave Hoover the carte blanche to go all out to find out everything that Dr. King was doing, and that was actually the birth of COINTELPRO. And it wasn't about the Panthers initially, it was about Dr. King, about Hoover's personal lack of scruple and Bobby Kennedy's political maneuvers to maintain his brother in the White House against any other odds. So that's another interesting note about Dr. King that we need to be aware of. Now, I think that we have someone here who has a song to share with us. This is Steve Fisk. Steve is very active with Interfaith Communities
Coalition.
Interfaith Communities United for Justice and Peace.
I'm gonna drop the feed for like 30 seconds. I'll be right back.